Awesome. And what are you running for, and why are you running in this race?
So, former Texas real estate commissioner, running for Congressional District 21, and I'm running so that we can actually protect our families. We've got a turning point in our country at the 250-year mark, and this isn't just a campaign stop for me. This is a way of life. I live in the district. My family's here. I've grown up here, and we know the issues that are facing not only our city but our country. And as we move forward, we've got to really have people that are in Congress that were like Lamar Smith. They were connected to the community. They knew the issues. They didn't have to get explained the issues by staff in D.C. And that's how we're going to really move our country forward. In today's society, I'm the only water expert on the ballot, and water is a key issue that we have, and it's a national security issue, and it impacts everything else. I'm also an election integrity expert. Look, we just had a big major story that broke in the San Antonio area where the Attorney General actually served notice on people here in the Bexar County area related to voter fraud that I've been working on since that lady was actually part of an investigation with the cemetery on the south side of San Antonio and securing the border, right? I'm the guy that reported Chief McManus for what he did, releasing all the illegal aliens out of the first 18-wheeler that we had with people dead. So if we don't secure our elections, if we don't secure our border, if we don't secure our water, we're not going to have a country to really be, to love and to be happy with. And so moving forward in this district, I'm fighting to represent our values, represent our families, and give us that voice in DC that we need. And by doing that, we can address the problems we have here in San Antonio and in the region. Nobody wants this to be flyover country. And as the congressman for District 21, I'm from here, and that's why people, they're excited about voting local and voting for Weston.
Can you talk about your top 3 initiatives moving forward?
Sure. So one, as we've talked about, is securing the elections. There's massive amount of problems with the elections. That's not a Republican or Democrat issue. We need security in those elections. With the conversation in Venezuela right now, the gentleman that was working directly with Hugo Chavez on elections is here in the United States working in the election administrative function world. So we have to secure our elections. It's a big problem. It's been a big problem in Bexar County forever. And again, Democrats and Republicans have both talked about that. Securing the border is a big issue. If we don't deal with what's taking place, we'll continue to be overrun in our city. Look, even the mayor that we have in San Antonio says we have 100,000 illegal aliens here in our city. Well, that impacts everything from crime to affordability issues. And we have to secure the border. I'm the guy that has talked about how we need to go in there and work on stopping illegal aliens from having the ability to have birthright citizenship. Why? Because we have 30,000 new people born in our country every year that are born to parents of illegal aliens. And so it raises the issue with what's going on in our country and in our city. But we also need to worry about what's happening with Sharia law. It's something that's increasing in San Antonio. We've got a big group of people that are looking to influence our laws and our elections in ways that are not even, they don't even work with the United States and with our society, and they just don't fit. There's 57 other Islamic countries. The United States of America doesn't need to be number 58. So we have to secure the border. We have to secure the elections. We have to secure our water. We have to stop the out-of-control taxes that we're dealing with. And those are some of the key things that I know I'm hearing out on the campaign trail when I talk to people. ICE. We had a terrible situation in San Antonio City Hall where everybody is anti-ICE. They're helping to make our streets safer. We have to make our streets safer. And if we don't, then what are we going to turn into? A third world country? So people know that I've been fighting for our values long before I was running for Congress. I recently fought to protect 4,000 homeowners on the south side of San Antonio for having all of their land rights stolen from them. And I wasn't paid to do that. When the Alamo and the cenotaph were being messed with, I stood up to protect the cenotaph from being torn down by those people that don't like what the Alamo represents. I wasn't paid to do it. I wasn't running for an office. So people know that I've been in this community my whole life. I've stood up for our values. And if we're going to move our country forward, we have to do things like securing President Trump's executive orders. We can't just keep going back and forth, right? We have to look at the tax cuts and how we make it affordable for families to actually have children, have a home, and not be taxed out of their homes and be stuck in the same traffic 20 years from now. So those are some of the key issues that we'll be focusing on.
Okay. And when there are 14 people in this race right now, how are you cutting through the noise and getting people to see your campaign as opposed to the other campaigns in this race?
So the way we're cutting through the noise is they love the truth, right? Vote local, vote Weston. Look, I'm from San Antonio. I went to high school at John Marshall High School. They added that to the area for the redistricting. I have been fighting for our values for the last, my entire adult life here in the city of San Antonio. So people know who I am. I ran for city council previously just to try to make our city better. I've volunteered with the Alamo Community College District to help oversee and expand the first on-time and under budget bond in the history of San Antonio was that bond package, and it brought more ability for people to get affordable education or get a license and get back out and get into the workforce. So when we look at those things, people know Weston Martinez. They know that I've been involved at all the different levels, and that's how we cut through the noise. We know we have a base that other people do not, and you can't buy that. And nobody wants to send somebody to Congress that's going to strike out. You can't send somebody to Congress to the big leagues when they haven't even played T-ball. So our brand is secure, and they're turning out to vote for us. We're excited about what we're seeing at the polls, and it's going to be a good election day.
Okay. Anything else about your campaign that you feel like people don't know that they should know?
Yeah, so I think that people don't realize how much is really going on with District 21 and how much money is being spent on District 21 to have people that don't even live in the district vote for those people. 62% of people will not vote for someone that does not live in the district. They feel it's disingenuous. People also don't know about the Islamification of District 21 that's going on. There is a big move to increase Sharia law situations here in the area, and we are working hard to make sure that we expose that. We welcome anyone that wants to come be part of the United States and be a legal immigrant that wants to, be part of America. But if you want to come and overthrow America, that's not going to work. And those are things that I think are under the radar right now. There's a lot of fraud we're finding out with what's going on in Kerrville. We're dealing with a constituent right now that they were given an item by a nonprofit, an RV to live in, and now they're coming back and they're trying to tell that person that they're going to evict them out of that RV. And so those are some of the key issues that people don't really realize is going on. The airport. People don't realize that the airport is in District 21, and we've got major problems at our San Antonio International Airport. We got runways that are really not used for commercial landing because of the problems. I want to take the runways at the international airport and take all of the cargo planes and let's shift them to Kelly Air Force Base. Let's free up the traffic so that we can get more business and more commuter flights out without having the expense of putting another bond on the citizens here in this area. And then the last thing I'll tell you is that people don't realize how much of a water war is going on in Texas and in the United States of America, from the border all the way to DC. We have a lot of water rights issues that we have to fight for. I'm the only guy talking about creating an interstate water system so that we can transport water across the country and literally flood the market so that people that are paying water bills don't continue to see their water bills rise and rise and rise. So those are some of the things that people are not realizing are taking place. And if they visit my website at westonfortexas.com, they can see some of the details and see some of the local, state, and national endorsements that we have. And, we've got a lot of people that don't live in the district and they're not even showing up. And it's really disrespectful to those people. So I thank you guys for what you're doing here today.